Elizaveta, lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Maybe you could just start by telling us about your film, Suleiman Mountain. For those who haven't seen it, what's it about?
Okay, the story happens in Central Asia, in a country called Kyrgyzstan. It's a story about a strange relationship between the family, so-called family, because in the center of the plot is a guy who has two wives, old wife and young wife. And young wife wants to take the guy out of this crazy family and live together, but old wife brings him a long-lost son, and he cannot leave. And they struggle through the film in those relationships.
And what gave you the inspiration for this film?
I was shooting in Kyrgyzstan actually from 2009, and I work at the studio, and I know the people, I know actors, and I like them. I like the type of people there, and I like the humor inside of the people. So that's why I came back with a feature.
And it's kind of a non-conventional road trip film in some respects. There's a lot of drama, but there's also a lot of comedy. What how would you define the genre of the film, and what kind of other films might you have in mind when you made yours?
When we started writing, we actually started writing a drama between a mother and a son, and it was a very hard, dramatic story. And then I just stopped and I said, no, let's do comedy, because I cannot deal with this hard thing. I don't want it, because I know that people have a lot of humor, and we wanted to take it out. That's why we built different construction and made it, as you see, dramatic and but with the comedy, because it's very important to show that those people have this comedy inside. Usually Central Asian films are very slow going, hard dramas, and they have different sides also.
And there are a number of themes that seem to come out. There's this thing about the guy grappling with fatherhood versus his kind of con artist ways, like we were mentioning, the kind of the comedy and the drama. What do you think people are going to take away from it? Is there any particular message in there for you, or what do you think is going to be taken
For
away?
me, yes. You know this when we say that the guy is bad, like he's bad and nothing will change him, and I think it's not true. And I think that people have ability to change how bad they are and what do. They have this ability. So I think it has a bright ending on my thought.
And it also kind of shows us a lot of the countryside. There's a lot of the culture that's woven in there. How important was that aspect of it for you?
It was important, but it wasn't the main thing there, because as you see, we shoot a little bit of landscapes. We don't have them. Usually we are pointed on actors, and that was also the point of this film, because usually we see a lot of landscapes in Asian films, because it's just go and go and go, and it's too much. So that's why we were like a little bit to show the important thing.
Was it challenging to film where it was? Were there any particular moments that were particularly...
Of course it was challenging, because it was very hard co-production, very hard to find the money for that, and very hard to bring everybody together, because you will have Romanian DOP, Russian director, Belarusian production designer, Russian sound, and everything travels from different point. Kazakh actor, Kazakh set group, and it was, and the budget was very small. So it was, yes, it was hard production, hard pre-production, hard production, hard post-production. So.
And what's been the reaction to the film so far? And what does it mean to you to be part of the first Pingyao Film Festival?
Premiere was in Toronto, and this year in September, and it was interesting because people from that part of the world where everything is very still and quiet, especially Toronto, they were very interested because they asked a lot of questions on Q&A, and it was like somewhere I know it was it was interesting. Here, I really want to chat with Chinese people because Chinese who don't speak English. I'm interested in those people, but I cannot contact them. I want to contact them. What do they think? But the funny thing is that, like what I know, Chinese blame Karabas a lot. They hate him. Just he is the worst guy ever. How could he do that? And this is interesting. No, they don't like the guy.
And how do you see this festival fitting in with the broader film festival scene? Do you think it's exciting that they've brought this to China?
Of course, it's very exciting, and I think if it will go, it can be big, interesting for Chinese people, especially festival. And I like how they build the spaces and the cinema and. Yeah.
And I guess in a way, this point about trying to bring dialogue between different types of film and foster that diversity in international film, different languages, different cultures.
They need to have a good translator to everybody. This is the thing that they don't have, and this is not good because I really want to speak, but I cannot speak, and this makes me crazy because I want to talk, and I know that Chinese also they want to have it, and they need to have this quick translating to each other. That's what is missing here.
And how do you see the film scene in general right now? Do you think, obviously it's still dominated somewhat by Hollywood, but do you see that there's more diversity in filmmaking and different types of film?
You mean here?
No, in more generally.
Modern? I don't know, I think it's just good film or bad film. I don't care if it's Hollywood film or French film or Chinese film.
Yeah.
It's just we know them. We know good films, really, that they go through like festivals or not. Maybe they don't get prizes, but we see when the sentence is good, it's interesting for us. So.
And have you got any other projects in the pipeline after this?
Not. Yes, we have, but they're like not ready yet, to speak about.
Yeah.
So we're working on.
We'll look out for them. Well, thank you so much for your time and congratulations again on a great film.
Thank you.